Where are you? Call me right away. It's an emergency. I don't really want to, though. I've been getting so many calls lately. Could my secret relationship have been exposed? Oh no, my poor Camilla. You must be so hurt, right? What are you talking about? Why do I have to suffer? Why aren't you answering the phone? Is something wrong with you? Oh, you must be in such shock that you can't even process your grief anymore, huh? I'm sorry, Camilla. I tried really hard to keep it a secret, but I didn't expect you to find out so quickly. How could it have come out like this, huh? Penelope, seriously, what are you talking about? Do you even know what's going on? My bad, Camilla. I think it's probably just as you're thinking. I'm actually with your boyfriend Julian right now. We're having a blast in this hot tub. The trip was totally worth it. Wait a minute. Can you just pause for a second? What are you trying to imply? What's happening? Why are you with my boyfriend, Penelope? Oh, you don't know? You hadn't figured out our secret? What secret? You seriously didn't know? Could it be about something else? Did I jump the gun and accidentally reveal my own secret? You genuinely didn't know that Julian and I have been involved intimately. You're involved with my boyfriend? How could you? Let's back it up for a moment. Are you seriously telling me the truth? Julian told me earlier today that he had a trip with an important client and left early. So why is he with you now? I'm just messing with you, obviously. I thought you discovered my secret since you suddenly reached out. Don't let me mislead you. What? Are you being truthful or not? Can you please explain what's happening right now? Sorry, Camilla. The truth is, well, how can I put this? We've been secretly seeing each other for about a year now. Why would you do that? Weren't we friends? Oh, don't worry. I don't intend to ruin your marriage plans. I'm planning to end things before you guys actually get married, okay? My issue isn't just about what you guys are doing. Do you grasp the gravity of your actions? What do you mean? How could you start a relationship with your best friend's fiancé? Do you think stopping before we're married will somehow make it okay? What exactly are you trying to achieve? You seem really upset, huh? I never intended to take Julian away from you. Is that so wrong? We were just having some fun. Why is that such a big deal? Whatever. Just come back as soon as you can. We can discuss everything then. I'm really sorry, Camilla, but that might not be possible. What do you mean? We're planning to stay here for a couple of nights, so coming back immediately isn't feasible. Sorry, we should be back like the day after tomorrow. Are you seriously planning to continue your secret getaway with your best friend's fiancé in this situation? Oh, but wouldn't it be a waste to cut the trip short? We were really treating ourselves on this vacation. The hotel is so expensive considering the circumstances. Can't you just be patient for a little longer? We'll be back the day after tomorrow. So, for now, I'll just extend your vacation a bit, okay? I've bought some interesting souvenirs here. Don't worry, I got you a present too, as a thank you for introducing Julian to me. I'll bring back a souvenir for you, alright? Oh, souvenirs. That sounds intriguing. But before you bring back all those things, maybe you should think about finding a new place to keep them. What are you talking about? My rented room still has plenty of space, right? You're acting so carefree even though your house is on fire. Wait, what? I'm amazed you're enjoying your trip given the circumstances. But I hope you're having a great time. I admire your boldness. Hold on. My house is on fire? Did you say that? Yeah, that's right. That's why I was trying to reach you. Seriously? That's why you were calling? But you weren't picking up. I was really worried. So I thought I'd send you a message. Were you too busy having an affair with your best friend's fiancé? You can stop messing around now. Ugh. Really? But you're lying, right, Camilla? You're making up the house fire, aren't you? I'm sorry for causing you worry. You'll be back the day after tomorrow, right? I let everyone who was concerned know that you're safe. I'll assure them that you're perfectly fine, because you're off on a resort having a secret romance.
Camilla, did I hear this right? Did Penelope's house really catch fire?
Yeah, it's true. But don't you think there's something far more important that you should be talking to me about, Julian? Are you really this much of an idiot? How could you just whisk my best friend away to some damn resort? You're my fiancé, for God's sake!
That's not the priority right now. There are bigger things we need to deal with. Penelope is devastated by the sudden news. She's in tears. It has nothing to do with the trip.
Are you seriously that dense?
Are you telling the truth? Did her place actually burn down? You're not just messing with her, are you?
Yeah, Penelope's place is completely destroyed. I mean, it's just the apartment she was renting. Thankfully, it seems the fire didn't spread to the whole complex. Luckily, no one got hurt.
I can't believe this.
Well, if this trip has gone to hell, how about you both haul your asses back home immediately? It looks like the landlord and fire department have plenty to discuss with Penelope. And I've got some things to discuss with you two about this whole affair, miss.
Seriously, cut it out. Now is not the right time to address that. Penelope's in shock because of the fire. She's a wreck. Can't you just leave her alone for now?
Leave her alone? So what are you doing there?
With all of this happening, I need to be there for Penelope. I have to make sure she's okay. Camilla, let's end this already. I can't leave Penelope hanging like this. We don't know what could happen to her.
You're going to break up with me without even talking about it? We were going to get married, Julian.
I'm sorry, Camilla. There's no other way I can just abandon Penelope now. She needs me. I really was going to marry you, but life throws curveballs. I'm ending our engagement right away. I'm going to be with Penelope. We're going to get married.
So you think it's fine to just let me go? After we were planning to get married? You're seriously doing this?
Even if you lose me, you'd still have a home to return to, right? But Penelope's place burned down, and she's left with nothing. She's got nowhere to go. She needs a place to stay, and I need to provide that for her.
What is happening right now?
I want to take care of her. I need to make sure she's okay. So I'm asking you to let this happen. To let the relationship end. Please don't fight it. I want to be with Penelope. She needs me, and I want to be there for her.
Fine, whatever. Have it your way. A cheating scumbag like you is just tossing me aside. I seriously couldn't care less. Get lost. Go live with her. Go get married. Just do whatever you want. Hey, I got something to tell you. What do you want? Julian and I just started filling out our marriage paperwork. Well, isn't that just lovely? I suppose you used your so-called best friend as a stepping stone to kick off your new life with the man you stole. Wow, you're seething, huh? Lost my home to flames, but gained a husband in exchange for that dump of an apartment. Talk about striking gold, right? Seems like quite a turn of fate, doesn't it? Ugh, what are you getting at? Feeling like a sore loser? Don't be bitter, okay? I get it. Julian chose me over you. But you need to move on. Aren't you thrilled that your best friend is getting married? You should be congratulating me. Oh, by the way, would you like to be my main bridesmaid? Since you're my only best friend, it'd be fitting for you to stand by my side on my big day. Who in their right mind would celebrate in this shit show? Why would I want to be friends with you anymore, Penelope? Bridesmaid? Spare me. I'd rather never lay my eyes on you two again. Just stay away from me. I may have snatched your fiancé, but that doesn't mean we have to end our friendship. You're being quite narrow-minded, Camilla. Shocked, honestly. I thought you were more open-minded than this. And what's that supposed to mean? Your fiancé was getting down with me behind your back for a whole year. Who's really at fault here? Quit playing the victim. No, I am the victim. You stole your best friend's fiancé. I'll never forgive you for that. You need to own up to what you did. Own up? You think I owe you something for your fiancé ditching you? Yeah, I do. You're insane. My home just burned to the ground. You lost nothing. Shouldn't you, as my so-called best friend, be lending a hand? Even financially, you might have lost something, but you gained a husband. So aren't you just peachy? And speaking of husbands, are you planning to move into Julian's place? Absolutely. With my place in ashes, I might as well shack up in my fiance's crib until we officially tie the knot. Practicing for married life, you know? Funny thing, a fire's raging over at Julian's house too. Wait, what? A massive fire, as we speak. It's all over social media. And his parents seem to be caught up in the crossfire too. Karma's a bitch. Feel bad for them. A fire? You can't be serious. Is this some sort of sick joke? Well, calling it a fire might be a bit misleading for what actually happened to your house. It's more like an angry mob. They're out for Julian's blood. Oh, by the way, remember how I said I'd let everyone know? Yeah, I had to assure everyone that you were alive and well. I didn't want anyone worrying about you. So I let the whole world know you're perfectly fine. Just indulging in some illicit love affair with my ex-fiancé. Of course, nobody was inside your apartment. People were seriously stressing over your well-being. So I cleared up any confusion and posted it all over social media. This can't be real! How can you do this to me? I suppose sharing our WhatsApp chats was a good move. I had proof you were safe, Penelope. You actually broadcasted to the world that I slept with your ex-fiancé? I get you're bitter over losing Julian, but this is a new low. You had no right to expose everything, and definitely not our private messages. Since when did you become so sensitive? You were acting all high and mighty before. Shouldn't you just own up to it in front of everyone? Everyone's in an uproar over you snatching your best friend's man. You really told everyone? Yeah, even made sure Julian's parents got the message. The fire of social media backlash has reached their doorstep too. A massive crowd is waiting for him. Looks like a lot of people are ready to give him a warm welcome when he gets home. People are actually waiting for him at his house? They want him to answer for breaking off the engagement. His parents are already under fire for his actions. They'll probably want a word with you two as well. I didn't ask for any of this. We're just coming back from our vacation. He'll get to meet his parents while explaining your plans to marry. How convenient, huh? Let's see if they'll welcome their new daughter-in-law with open arms. Oh, right. It'll be my first time meeting Julian's parents. Just so you know, his parents are traditional to the core. They might not take kindly to anything non-conventional. Hope they can stomach a couple like you. Parents are usually thrilled when their kid's getting hitched. No matter who they're marrying. We even brought back souvenirs for them. A little charm offensive, you know? So, things should go smoothly. Your boldness is really something. I could never be that insufferably confident. I am getting married, so I expect my in-laws to support me. I'm not backing down. And if you try to squeeze money out of poor Julian, well, that's on you. Sorry about the situation, Camilla, but you've got to face reality. Julian and I are starting our newlywed life, whether you like it or not. Oh, go ahead. Live whatever delusion you want. One day, you'll come back and beg me. I can't take this anymore. This life is unbearable. Camilla, I'm begging you. You have to help us. What do you want? We're in desperate need of money right now. Julian sent you some money as an apology for ending the engagement, right? I need you to return that money he sent you. I don't see why I should return the money he sent me. In the end, his parents didn't take your side. They told him to make things right with me, didn't they? They demanded he take responsibility and make amends for hurting me. If you want their blessings for your marriage, you'll need to pay me 20 grand. I'm just asking you to return it temporarily. Julian will pay you once things settle down. I'm only asking for the 20 grand for now. You'll get that 20 grand back through wedding gifts. Trust me. You can't be serious. A wedding ceremony is a once-in-a-lifetime event. Julian has debts totaling 130 grand. Did you know that? Please, just return the 20 grand temporarily. We need it urgently, so send it back to us right away. What did you say? You guys are 130 grand in debt? What happened? It's the repair costs due to the fire. I'm responsible for covering all the repairs to my old apartment. It adds up to 130 grand. Why are you the one responsible for the repairs, Penelope? Since it was a rental, you had insurance in the case of fire, right? Well, I sort of forgot to pay my insurance. You forgot to pay? Or you deliberately didn't pay? Look, when I moved in, I paid for 2 years of insurance up front. But with the big trip planned with Julian, I needed to pay for insurance again. It was just so expensive, and I thought I could delay it for a bit. I figured skipping a month or two wouldn't hurt while dealing with other expenses. You must be kidding me. Why didn't you just pay monthly? The landlord insisted on a 2-year lump sum. I was waiting to pool the money for the lump sum payment. I'd actually only let the insurance lapse for a few days when the fire happened. Now, the landlord is making me liable for all the damages. So the fire occurred while you were uninsured. Yes, exactly. That's why I'm on the hook for the entire repair bill. What am I going to do? What terrible timing for a fire to break out at your place. It's not my fault that the fire happened. Julian was smoking in my apartment, and he didn't put his cigarette out properly. Wait, Julian's cigarette caused the fire? Yes. Julian said he'd take responsibility with me, but he didn't anticipate it being this bad. After paying you and covering the rest of his expenses, he's left with nothing. That's why I'm begging you to send back the 20 grand temporarily. Just for now, please. We need to pay off that 130 grand before anything else. We'll repay this 20 grand as soon as we clear the debt, I promise. Please, Camilla, just a little help. I'm sorry, Penelope, but I can't help. It's unfortunate, but I've already used up the entire 20 grand. You spent it all? Already? Yes, so I can't assist you. Even if I wanted to, I can't help. You'll have to figure out how to scrape together some money. Hold on a second. You really used it all up? You burned through the entire savings of 2 people that fast? What kind of idiot spends 20 grand in just a few days? Well, when luck smiles, you seize it. You never know what might come next. At least, that was my thinking.
Camilla, I'm begging you. Please, I'm on my knees here. You have to help us. I'll do anything. Just don't leave us hanging. I can't handle this situation alone.
Did you not hear what I told Penelope? The 20 grand you gave me is gone. I've already spent it. So can you just give up on this already?
No, that's why I reached out today. I'm not asking for money.
Then what do you want?
It's about the repair costs for Penelope's old apartment. I take responsibility for that. I'm partly to blame for what happened. I'm doing everything I can to gather money to cover it. You don't need to lend us money, Camilla. I won't hold it against you if you choose not to help, because it's not your responsibility. But I wanted to ask if I could stay with you.
Stay with me? You want to come and live with me? Are you joking?
We're being kicked out of my place suddenly. I informed the landlord about getting married and having someone new move in with me. But he told me he wants me out. He's giving me a month to leave before the eviction. Where am I supposed to go?
First of all, what have you done now?
I swear I haven't done anything. It seems the news spread that Penelope's apartment caught fire. He didn't like the idea of his property being involved in a fire. He lost trust in me, hence no more renting from him.
That's quite a predicament.
I tried reaching out to other landlords, but none wanted to rent me. How did they all find out that Penelope's apartment catching fire? The thought of renting to someone who caused the fire and neglected to pay insurance is a big no for landlords. Everyone I approached to turned us away.
Trust is crucial while renting.
Even if I try renting on my own, I get rejected now. You're the only one I can think of, Camilla.
Why don't you ask your parents first? Why me before your parents?
My parents disowned me already. I asked them for money to help cover the apartment damages. And that was the final straw. They told me our relationship would be creditor-debtor, not parent-child. They don't see me as family anymore.
Having teachers as parents can be tough. They're strict, even with their own child.
You have a spare room in your place, right?
Your memory's quite sharp.
I was your fiancé until recently. I'm genuinely begging you. Could you let me use that spare room? Penelope and I can manage in a small room, just the two of us. We'll pay rent and everything. Camilla, you're my last hope. Please, can you offer us a place to stay?
Did you really think you could ask me this, and I'd simply let you move in? You should understand your position considering what you've done to me. You betrayed me. Married my best friend. This is the kind of man you are.
But if you let me stay in that room, it would be as if nothing happened. We'd be living under the same roof, as if we were married.
Are you dense or delusional?
You still have feelings for me, don't you? Even though I married Penelope, that doesn't mean we have to be completely over. I'm sure you miss being with me, right? You must feel that absence. So, could you rent me that room? You can relive that feeling of living with me that you missed out on. It'll make you happy, won't it, Camilla?
Don't mock me, you foolish, foolish man. I've moved into a spacious penthouse downtown. There's no room for you to stay anywhere in my apartment.
What did you say? You moved to a penthouse? A spacious penthouse? Wait, Camilla, when did you move? It can't be.
You're right. I moved right after you sent me that 20 grand. My old place, where you used to visit, was filled with painful memories. I couldn't bear staying there any longer.
You moved to a penthouse. How did that happen?
I wanted to use up the money you gave me, but there was nothing I really wanted. So I thought carefully and decided to use it as a down payment for a penthouse. I've always dreamed of living up high in the city center.
I can't believe you did that. What am I going to do?
Thanks to you, I found such a wonderful place. It's spacious with incredible views. I plan to stay here for a long time, so I can't help you with housing. Sorry, but you'll have to find another place to stay.
Wait, Camilla, I'm begging you. Please let me stay with you, even if it's just a corner. We can even sleep in the entryway if need be. Please, let us into your home. If you don't help, we'll be homeless. There's no other option for us.
Well, even if you become homeless, at least you'll still have your beloved wife, right? Try your best to live as a married couple.
Are you kidding me? Are you really going to abandon me like this? Will you really leave me homeless? I was your fiancé. How can you leave me in this state? Penelope is your best friend. How can you leave her in this situation? Are you really going to abandon us both?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I've severed all ties. I have no connection to either of you after what you did. I don't care where you end up or whatever happens to you.
How can you be so heartless?
Well, I hope you enjoy your splendid newlywed life. So here's what went down after all that drama. Penelope and Julian? Well, they didn't exactly hit the jackpot. They scrambled to snag jobs that came with company housing, just to have a roof over their heads. I guess they hustled their way into those gigs. But let's be real. With that hefty 130 grand debt hanging over them like a dark cloud, there was zero room for a honeymoon phase in their lives. Nope. They were grinding day in and day out, trying to chip away at the monstrous debt. And just to add a bit more chaos to the mix, they had to hustle side gigs too. Sounds like their newlywed life was more like a roller coaster of exhaustion. As for yours truly, well, I decided to flip the script. Thanks to that surprise stash of cash Julian sent my way, I decided to make some big moves. The old place was a memory trap. So I took a gamble and invested in a swanky downtown penthouse. Picture this: spacious digs, epic city views. It was like a breath of fresh air for my soul. And here's the kicker: love found its way back into my life. Yep, I met someone who not only got my past, but also cheered on my journey ahead. We built something real together. A life filled with laughter, dreams, and, you know, mutual Netflix binges. The penthouse? It became our little love nest. A place where second chances turned into forever stories. Funny how life spins its tale, even after a dumpster fire of betrayal. Penelope and Julian might have faced their own whirlwind, hustling to keep up, while I found my spot in the skyline, with love lighting up the skyline of my heart.